Hello everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
And welcome to our Facebook Live this week. I'm joined by our editor Angela.
Morning.
And Margaret from the production team.
Hiya.
And we're here to talk to you about some exciting events that are coming up in Edinburgh over the next month. At 150th anniversary events, and they start tomorrow when the three of us will be at the Storytelling Centre on the Canongate. Angela, do you want to talk a little bit more about that event?
This is a really exciting event. I'm looking forward to it a lot. We're going to the National Scottish Storytelling Centre, which is just down from the John Knox House, if you know that part of Edinburgh well. It's a really lovely venue. And we are going to be giving an afternoon of talks about the People's Friend. So Margaret will be doing her fabulous, quite famous now, talk on the People's Friend, past, present and future. And we also have some guests coming along. We've got lovely authors, Jane Tulloch and Kate Blackadder, whose names you might know from the magazine. They've been published in The Friend before. They're going to be reading some of their stories to the audience, which should be great fun. We've got our very own Barry and David from the archives team as well, who will be talking about some of the treasures that are to be found in the People's Friend archives. And we're going to have tea and cake, so that's the bit I'm looking forward to, I think. But it should be fun, and there is still time to come along if you want to come and join us. You just need to go onto the Scottish Storytelling Centre website or give them a call, and you can book your place. It's free to attend, but you do need to book so that we know how many people are coming. So hopefully you will find yourself in Edinburgh tomorrow. I think the weather forecast is quite good. So a lovely city to visit on a nice day, and we will see you there. And the other person I forgot to say, who's probably the most important person on the bill after Margaret, is Charlotte Lauder, who is our good friend from the University of Strathclyde, who is studying Scottish magazines of the early 20th century at the moment, and is a fount of knowledge about the People's Friend and about the women of the People's Friend back in the Victorian days. So that is incredibly interesting to hear Charlotte speak, so I'm looking forward to that again. So Margaret, what kind of things are you going to talk about?
I'm going to tell people about some of the history of the People's Friend and describe how the world was when we began, what sort of things were going on when we appeared, and how the Friend evolved over the years and how it faced challenges and changes, and how looking into the archives is like peeping into a little slice of history, whichever one you pick. So,
I can't wait.
Always
and you'll have your famous jelly pan there as well.
have the jelly pan.
It's a well-travelled jelly pan.
It really is. But I'm also looking forward to hearing Charlotte especially speak. I think for us it's really exciting when we hear people outside the People's Friend talk about the magazine and hear their interest in it. It's fascinating.
It is. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, and it's at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
So, and there was someone else I was going to say, but I lost it immediately after I thought of it. We've been joined by Carol, who says that her mum's always loved our magazine.
Oh, hi Carol.
And in fact she's in New South Wales, I believe, in Australia.
It'd be a little bit far to get to Edinburgh tomorrow.
That would be a bit of a trek, but if you are interested in hearing some of the talks, we actually have a video of Charlotte doing that talk, The People's Friend and Women, at the Glasgow Mitchell Library event, and it's up on our website, so I'll put a link to that in the comments to this video, and you can have a look and let us know what you think.
That was a great talk that Charlotte did. That was last month at the Mitchell Library, and she's managed to track down some of the women who worked on the People's Friend back in the very early days of the magazine, because of course they hid behind pen names and pseudonyms, and she's been able to put real names to those ladies, so that's fascinating.
So is that something new from the talk that was delivered at the Mitchell? Is that
yes,
something
there was information in Charlotte's talk that I didn't know, that none of us knew, and it was really fascinating. As far as I know, that's brand new research that nobody has uncovered before, so that was great, wasn't it?
And pictures of these ladies, and suddenly they have real faces
and real trailblazers as well.
Absolutely.
They were fabulous. So yeah, that was great.
And similarly, Barry from our archives team will be talking about William C. Honeyman. We interviewed Barry on one of the Facebook Lives not that long ago, so we have that up on the website as well. I don't want to discourage people from coming to the event, so if you are in Scotland, you should come to the event, but if you're not, there are other options, and I'll put them up on Facebook so that you can find them.
Yeah. I mean, these stories are really worth telling to people, aren't they? They're so entertaining and they're so interesting. William C. Honeyman is fascinating. Go and listen to Barry's talk because it is wonderful. Well, it's his interview, isn't it? But
Yes.
William C. Honeyman was known as the violin man, and Margaret and I are very fond of him.
Big fans.
Yes. But Ian, it's your first People's Friend event, isn't it?
It
You're
is.
quite a new member of the team,
Yes.
so this is the first time that you're getting out and about.
This is the first time that you're letting me meet the public. So I will be there looking a bit bewildered. But I will be filming and taking plenty of pictures. So if you want your picture taken with People's Friend editor Angela, just give me a shout and I will certainly oblige.
And it would be great, wouldn't it, if people who are there could share some of their pictures as well.
Absolutely.
And remember the hashtag, which is
PF150.
PF150. Great. Yeah.
This is just the start of our events in Edinburgh this month, our anniversary events. We also have an exhibition that runs nearly to the end of the month, I think.
Yes, at the Storytelling Centre.
At the Storytelling Centre, where there's plenty of things that have been unearthed from the archives that will be fascinating to look at. There's also a Cafe Voices event where the Storytelling Centre brings in professional storytellers to kind of regale people with interesting tales of the past. It's going to be a fascinating month and a great way to celebrate our anniversary.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing that's happening is a short story writing workshop with Shirley from the fiction team. So the details for all of these are on the Storytelling Centre website.
And on our website.
And on our website too.
I'll put the link to that in the video as well.
Yes, go to our website.
We've been joined by Muriel from sunny South Africa.
Hello, Muriel.
Hi, Muriel.
Hello.
So Edinburgh might be a stretch, unless
Yes,
there is one in South
definitely.
Africa, which I think there might be. There's definitely a Dundee in South Africa.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah.
How fascinating.
You can correct my geography, Muriel, in case I got that wrong.
That's so interesting. The other thing that I wanted to say was, if you can't come to Edinburgh to hear Margaret's talk, she will be repeating it again for a whole new audience at Crew at Alveston Hall at the end of this month, when we have our People's Friend Big Birthday Party, which is a whole weekend of events and talks and activities around People's Friend. If you haven't booked your place yet, there is still time. I think there are a few places left. So,
I think so.
is it on the website? Can people find out more
It's
there?
on the
Is
website
there
and you
a
can
link
find
for you
out
to
more,
put
or
up?
on our Facebook page. Information abounds, and it should be a fantastic event. Again, we have some stuff on the website about the previous event at Alveston that we ran, so there's plenty to read and encourage you to come along.
It's a beautiful location.
It's lovely,
and
isn't it?
We're looking forward to it
Yeah,
very
it
much.
really is lovely. Yeah, but you haven't been to the Storytelling Centre. It's a lovely venue too.
I know.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I was just going to say, it's been interesting watching David, the archive manager, put together the exhibition and see how he planned it from the beginning. And then he's very kindly sent pictures of it so we can see how it ended up. It looks wonderful.
It does look wonderful. And that is open every day that the Storytelling Centre is open for the rest of this month. And the exhibition too is free to enter. So go in and have a good look. There's lots of cover artwork, some original cover artwork,
Yes.
some poetry, some stories, some profiles of authors, past and present. It just looks wonderful, doesn't it?
It really
looks
does.
Really lovely.
And you'll love the poems. The poems are just
The poems are
wonderful.
great, yes. We've had lots of fun choosing everything to go there, haven't we?
We have, yes.
Great.
That's one of the good things. I think, Margaret, you do a lot of stuff with the archives guys, kind of digging into and finding these gems and then being able to show them to people.
It's great fun.
Yeah.
It's always great fun.
And I love some of the archive stuff that we've been putting up on the website recently too. So there was Lucy who uncovered that amazing all the uses for a lemon.
Yeah,
Which was-
lemonade. Yeah.
Which was fantastic. And was there not, I'm probably going to give away part of David's talk now, but there's an amazing recipe that David uncovered from the archives, which is for macaroni surprise.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you're coming along tomorrow, you will find out what is
Feel
so
the surprise.
fantastic about this recipe for macaroni surprise. One of these days I'm going to make it and bring it in, I promise.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
I don't actually. I don't want to spoil it for myself now. I was going to say I've been reading wartime letters today, so letters that readers have been writing in at the end of the war in 1945, and it's kind of a fascinating snapshot of how the friend readers have changed over the last kind of 60 years, but also the the way that the magazine kind of deals with readers' letters and the way I'll say the editor had a strong opinion in the 40s.
And expressed it.
And expressed it
Yes.
liberally. Caroline is saying to us that she lives in a town called Dunedoo. It's close enough.
Oh.
I'll take that.
Okay.
And she's coming to Scotland to visit Dunedin and Edinburgh, but Dundee should really be on that list.
Yeah,
I
she
think.
too, I think, yes. Well, I hope she has a great time. Caroline, you're going to love it. Hopefully you'll get some nice weather too, because it always looks better in the sunshine. Great. Well, I don't know about you, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Me too.
I think it'll be
It's going
great.
to be fun.
If you're coming along, don't be shy, come and say hello to us, because we're looking forward to meeting all of you. And like Ian said, you'll be able to watch it on the website if
Yes.
you're not there.
Indeed. And I'll put up some more details about it here for anyone who's interested, and we will hopefully see you then.
Great.
Great.
Okay, thank you, and we will see you next week, if not tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.